All right, let's head out to the scene of it all where big game Dennis Dodd is standing by, our college football insider. Dennis, big moment here for the Michigan Wolverines. Sort of what we expected coming into this game comes to fruition. A stout rushing attack, some great offense from Michigan, and Iowa just did not have the offense to match it. Your headline coming out of this one is what?
Yeah, I mean, you said it, Joe. It's pure maize and blue joy here at Lucas Oil Stadium, where Michigan won its first outright title since 2003. They did it the way we thought they'd do it. You mentioned the running attack. And I personally thought they'd emptied the playbook last week against Ohio State. The Donovan Edwards pass to Roman Wilson. You saw the big run by Blake Corum. I think he had 80 yards tonight on 6 rushes. He's back from that foot. And now the way things fell today, Joe, you got to think Michigan can make a run in this thing. If they have to play Georgia, who do you like as your quarterback? Stetson Bennett or Michigan's quarterback today? I think Michigan's looking pretty good offensively. So, Cade McNamara was really, really good. And just the pure joy and release here of Michigan. I talked to Aiden Hutchinson's parents in the stands right after the game. He's going to get a trip to New York, by the way. I think he's going to be one of the invitees for the Heisman. May not win it, but he was great again tonight with another sack. They told me he practices yoga and does meditation. Now, you can see yoga instructors, his mom, people like that, doing meditation. But a 280-pound lineman who's going to the NFL, his dad, Chris, following in his dad, Chris's footsteps, the All-American. It's an amazing night for Michigan. Hail to the victors. There isn't enough wine in Indianapolis to take care of Michigan fans tonight.
That is a different type of downward dog coming off the edge in Aiden Hutchinson. We'll see if he does get that nod when it comes to the Heisman Award ceremony. But you allude to it here. The emotion once again in the Big Ten title game. Coming off the emotion of a win over Ohio State, slaying that dragon and then refocusing. What does that tell you about this team and their chances moving forward?
Yeah, that was my biggest question. I think that was the biggest question coming into this game. Did, as I said, Michigan peak in high school? Did Michigan peak in the snow? And that magnificent game last week in Ann Arbor, finally getting the monkey off their back against Ohio State, they couldn't get up physically or mentally the way they did. And in the first half, it looked that way. They let Iowa hang around. It was only 14-3 at half. Couple of interceptions. Iowa had 2 more interceptions tonight. The most for a Power 5 team in a season since 2014, but 28 points, 4 more touchdowns in the second half. And they were absolutely ready to play this game. And we thought there was a big release last week, Snow Angels, everything else. Different Snow Angels tonight, Confetti Angels on the field for Michigan. And they're going to ride this right to the semifinals wherever they play and whoever they play.
Yeah, they got a lot of time now to get the body right, prepare for whomever that may be. We'll find out on Sunday night. But Dennis, I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Coach Harbaugh as well. This is a guy who took a pay cut prior to the season, whose tactics were questioned year after year, not being able to beat Ohio State, not bringing a Big Ten championship. Back-to-back weeks, he checks those 2 boxes. What does this mean for Coach Harbaugh in this program big picture?
Total redemption. I mean, we're talking about now the coach who might be the biggest bargain in college football. He went from $9 million in the beginning, took that pay cut, got the extension, down to $4 million this year. He's going to donate, Joe, all his bonuses from winning the title and beating Ohio State and whatnot to Michigan employees who were laid off, had their hours cut, couldn't get through COVID. I mean, what kind of gesture is that? And you finally heard it. I'd forgotten about this. Coming up the stairs to do the hit here in section 151, somebody yelled out, remember this? Who's got it better than us? That was from year 1. Remember that?
Yeah.
And the entire crowd buzzing around there said, we do. It was fantastic. So, no, it's going to be a complete love fest for Jim Harbaugh. And you know what? Good for him. He hasn't won a conference title as a player since his freshman year in 1982 at Michigan. As a coach, since 2006 at the University of San Diego when he won the Pioneer League in a non-scholarship Division III league. That's how far he's come. And looks like a mastermind here for retooling this team. I want to say a poor man's Mel Tucker for the turnaround. but Mel Tucker is a rich man right now.
It's hard to make sense of it all, but Dennis always helps us out. We appreciate you bringing us all the latest from Indy, Dennis. Those fans don't forget, and they will not forget this one either. Big game, Dennis Dodd from Indy. All right, let's take a look at what it's looked like for the Wolverines since that misstep on October 30th against Michigan State. Rattled off 5 wins, 38.5 points per game. Back-to-back weeks hanging 42 on top 15 opponents. Opposing rushing, next to nothing. Their rushing yards, butting their heads on 200, and that's how you punch your ticket to the college football playoff. More HQ coming next.